Hi artists, hi everyone. Welcome to our second episode of Ilustra Unfiltered Podcast, the podcast that tells you everything that you always wanted to know but it was afraid to ask to everybody. And when you asked, people didn't want to tell you. But why people didn't want to tell you? I think that's because a lot of artists, there is something in the illustration market, in our profession, that makes us believe that it's so hard I think the person thinks it's so hard for me to get here. It was a hard journey. And I think that for everybody else, it has to be the same way. So, yeah, and sometimes there's a kind of thinking that people, they don't want to share their knowledge because they are afraid. They think that there isn't so much opportunities out there, and they don't want to share. And fortunately for us, this has been changing in the past years. So there's a lot of more people telling how to do stuff, how to get success, and this is changing. Okay, so this podcast, Ilustra Unfiltered, is another way for you to learn not the so beautiful part of illustration, the important part, of course, but again, that part that nobody tells you. When you ask a veteran, a pro illustrator, how do I make into the industry? How can I build a career? They are going to tell you, you need to be good. You need to be the best illustrator out there. You need to focus on your techniques. And again, that's all true, but that's just a small part of our career, of our business, okay? So welcome to Ilustra Podcast. If this is the first episode you're listening to, Ilustra is a term that comes from Brazil. I'm from Brazil. And that's how we say illustration. Instead of saying ilustração, we say just Ilustra. It's just like Ilo in English, we say Ilustra. Okay, so Ilustra Unfiltered. My name is Victor Boyden, and I'm an illustrator and an art director, and I've been illustrating for more than 16 years and more than 20 years in the industry. Okay, guys, so today we will be talking about selling your illustrations online. This is a really important topic because for us to live from our art, from our passion, we need to know how to market, how to do the marketing and selling our art, okay? But why so many people struggle when they try to sell their art, sell their illustration? Why so many people fall for the scams that we see every day? There's the PayPal scam, there's the NFT scam. I bet you have already got a message, an email from a person from another country saying that she loved your illustration, your portfolio, and asking for you to say the price in Ethereum or Bitcoin that they're going to sell it, so pay a lot of money. It happens all the time, and this is such a huge scam, and it works because, again, people really struggle to sell their art. Why do you try to get jobs, to get work, and you really suck at it? Why do we suck at it, okay? So, I mean, sometimes your art is great. You think your art is great. The community says that your art is great. Sometimes you get a lot of views. Sometimes you get a lot of likes on social media. But in the end of the day, you're getting no money. Sometimes you are famous, but you get no money. You put your work out there, but you still get no results. When I mean about when I say results, I'm saying money. Yeah, I'm being really specific here. There's a lot of I don't want to say the word success because success involves a lot of stuff. And there's some about realization. There's a part of the process of you being proud when you improve your technique, and also their success about money. But in this case, I'm specifically talking about money, okay? For us to live from our art, we need to pay our bills, and not only pay our bills, we need to get money to invest, to travel, to have a good quality of life, for us to have good time with our family. So in this podcast today, I'm talking specifically about money, okay? So, and then you're on social media, and then you see those reels and people saying how much money I did with my art on last month. And then they say on Etsy and portfolio and jobs and commissions and a lot of money on each of these items. And then you say, but dude, man, I didn't get anything like that. It is so easy for them. And then sometimes you're going to take a look at these artists' illustrations, their portfolio, and you say, oh my God, their illustrations are worse than mine. At least sometimes we think like that. And I remember back in 2014, that's something that changed my mind in the illustration career. I was living in Brazil. I was already getting clients worldwide. But I remember that I used the first times I tried to put my illustrations like in Society of Illustrators and American Illustration, 3x3 Mag. And I remember that in the first years, I got no award. And that's okay. It's the biggest probability is for you to don't get an award, okay? And I remember that the first times that I got no award, I remember taking a look at the short list, the long list, short list, and then the awarded illustrators. And I said, oh my God, my illustration is so much better than these ones. I remember thinking like that. And then I said, today, I know it sounds a little bit arrogant, but that's not the point. I think it was more like an immaturity for not understanding why my art was not being awarded and why there was so much worse, with big commas here, not being awarded. Today, I know, of course, there's a lot of stuff involved in an award, and most of the times it's like how different an art is, the different approach, the concept, the idea, a different technique, an illustration being right on spot for the client objective. A lot of stuff comes into play when we think about award. But what I remember about awards was this: how is there people with illustrations that I could be doing, getting jobs, getting client work, and being awarded, and why isn't my work getting jobs, and why isn't my work landing clients and being awarded? And then I started to understand that it's not only technique. Technique is like 10% of a successful career. If this wasn't true, if technique was enough for you to work with illustration, there wouldn't be so many talented illustrators out there not living from their art. Yeah, so if technique and study and improved your technique was enough, it would be easy. It would be not easy, but possible for everyone. If that was enough, what you only had to do was study more and improve more, and then you would be getting clients every day. And when I say this, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that technique is not important. Of course it is. Your art needs to be improving every day, every week, every month, every year, all the time. But that it is not enough. That is not enough. There is all this other part of illustration that, for instance, understanding what an art director wants, creating beautiful pictures is not enough. And AI is today here proving this to us, okay? The concept, the art and everything is what is going to connect you with your clients. You need to supply a demand that a market has. You need to understand what an art director wants from your portfolio, from you, from your technique. Again, Ilustra Unfiltered. I'm bringing topics here and subjects here that are not going to be popular, and I don't expect to get a lot of popularity. A lot of people are going to agree with the stuff that I say here. But again, that's something that every artist and illustrator and aspiring illustrators should know. Okay? Improving your technique is not enough. Okay? So sometimes you are on a job that you hate, on a day job that you hate, and you're not getting the results you expect from illustration. And then you see popular artists, viral reels on Instagram, TikTok, and people getting a lot of money. And sometimes those reels are not true or completely true. And even though sometimes they are true, but again, that's not... we tend to try to follow other artists' path, you know? If this worked for that client, that's the path that I'm going to do. And this is really, really, really terrible for us. It's going to bring you anxiety. What is important for an artist is to understand what What is the path that he is following? What is important for you? What are your values? What are the flag that you're going to raise? Okay, the fight that you're going to fight, the battle that you're going to fight. So sometimes, again, guys, every time we do love working with illustration. We do love to draw. We do love the recognition that creating illustration, creating art brings to us. It's nice, our ego likes it. Yeah. So that's why a lot of times people fight for likes and shares and views. But again, that's not the only way for you to get money and get clients. Okay? So let's dive in on this Ilustra Unfiltered episode of today. As you can see, guys, from my English is not my first, let me get a water. English is not my native language. I'm from Brazil, so I speak Portuguese. And now that I'm living in Lisbon, I discovered that there's a completely different language. The Portuguese from Brazil is really different. And it's all nice. But what I'm saying is, my voice is not being translated by AI. Sometimes on my Instagram profile, you're going to see content translated by AI because I have like 5 years of content, and sometimes it's better. So some great content that it's easier for us to translate, but most of the times I'll be speaking in English, okay? And on my courses, on all my content, my lives, I'm going to be speaking in English. Okay, I think it's more authentic, and this is a principle that I've always worked for. It's always on my radar when I'm creating my art, and also when I'm creating my illustration and my content here. Okay, so why people struggle to sell their art online? Okay, I have 10 main reasons. Some of them connect with each other. There are, of course, other reasons here, but I think this is the 10 most important reasons why you're struggling to sell your art. And when I'm saying sell your art, I'm meaning land client job, working on project, on book covers, on illustration, on book illustrations, children's books, packaging, advertising, gaming, board gaming, scientific illustration, on fashion, client work. Okay, so the first reason I think is people struggle to work with illustration to land clients is that artists usually focus on the wrong stuff. What I mean by that? Is it nice to get a like on your post? Yes, it is. Is it nice for us to get a lot of people seeing our illustration? Yes, it is. Of course it is. But that can't be our main focus. Again, we are professionals that supply a demand that exists on the market. Imagine that there is an art director, and this art director is working on a publisher, and then there's a new project for this art director. We are going to work on this book for Maria. There is a famous author, and this is her story. And then this art director has a demand for a new artist to bring illustrations for him. Okay, so that's where you come. You are going to supply this demand. Okay, so we need to focus all of our efforts to show to these clients, to our directors, designers, producers, editors, art buyers, that we can supply their demand. We can work for their needs. Okay, this is the main focus. If you take a look at my studio's Instagram, you're going to see we have like 5K followers. And most of these followers, they come from my educational project in Brazil. What I mean by that? Getting followers again is not a guarantee that you're going to get job. Okay? Because on social media, you're going to reach like thousands and sometimes millions of people. But sometimes there's not the people and sometimes your client is not there. Or sometimes you're going to attract a kind of client that you don't want to attract because we can't have control over that. Okay, of course, the content, the subjects that you illustrate. Of course, they can filter the kind of people that comes to you. If you like to draw children and in cute animals and everything, probably a person that likes heavy metal and skulls and fire and everything, they're not going to be following you. Okay, but again, we need to show to the client, and we need to focus our efforts on social media to show our art to our directors, editors, and publishers and clients and companies. Okay, it's a completely different approach. Of course, if you sell your art, your illustrations for people, you sell commissions for people and not companies, again, then you need to focus on getting viral. Then you need to get focused on getting likes and everything. Okay, because then you're going to be showing to these people, to your clients. These are going to be your clients. Okay, but when we think about commercial illustration, working with art directors and editors and publishers, then again, likes and views and going viral can't be your thing. And why I'm saying this? We don't have infinite energy for us to put on our work. We need to concentrate on our art. We need to concentrate on our prospecting clients. Okay, that's what I mean here. If you try to put a lot of effort on creating content to reach art directors, I'm really sorry to say you, but you're going to spend a lot of time and you're going to be attracting the wrong kind of client. Okay, because again, it's better for you to talk to just a small quantity of people, but qualified people, qualified leads for your marketing, for your company. Victor, what do you mean by company? Yes, when you are an illustrator, you are a company. You are an entrepreneur, okay? You are working as a company, as a freelancer. So that's what you need to keep in mind, okay? So the second mistake that is stopping you from selling your art online is not having a portfolio, only having social media. A lot of time, guys. I have more than 5,000 students in Brazil, already more than 100 students internationally. The biggest mistake is this. I ask the artist, where is your portfolio? Let me see your portfolio. And then the person sends me the Instagram, a link to Instagram. And then I say, okay, and your portfolio? Oh, no, all my portfolio is on Instagram, okay? So that's why this is a mistake. On social media, guys, we don't have control over all the posts and everything that we can put in there. Today, as I'm recording this episode, there's a change that is coming to Instagram. It's not available to everybody. This is great and this is huge, okay? Because today, it's happening, but you're going to be able to choose the order, the organization of your posts on your profile. Why this is so important? How you present your work, the organization, the order of everything is really, really, really important for you, okay? When you have a chronological feed, what happens is the work that you did yesterday sometimes is the best one ever, and when it's on top of your profile grid, it's awesome. But then tomorrow you're going to create your worst illustration ever, and it happens. It happens. We do know that, yeah. And then the first image that the client's going to see on your Instagram is your worst image ever. Again, that's why not having a portfolio, only social media, it's not advisable, okay? Because you don't have control over everything. You need to put strategy on everything. Everything needs to be in place, okay? There's another mistake that it wasn't on my notes here, but I remember now, that a lot of artists, and I mean a lot of artists, they don't have a contact, a phone number or an email, so art directors can ask for a quote, can get in touch. Oh, but then the art director is going to send, they can send me a DM. Yeah, they can send you a direct message. But have you ever heard about the hidden requests messages on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok? Not all the messages are going to be, you're not going to be notified about all the messages that you get. Imagine that an art director sends you a message on Instagram, and then you discover that message like 4 or 6 months later. Oh my God, it happened to me on Behance. Behance used to have this kind of hidden message too, okay? And then I remember that once I discovered a message from an art director, like it was 1 year old, the message. Of course, the opportunity had gone. Okay, so again, you need to put big, like your email or probably your telephone, okay? If you don't like to put on your phone, at least put your email on Behance, on Instagram, on your website, everywhere. Okay, so people can get in touch with you. The third mistake is not having a strategy on your portfolio online. Imagine that, okay, Victor said it's important to have a portfolio. Then you go to Behance or ArtStation or Dribbble or what is that other platform? DeviantArt, for instance. And then you put all your art in there. Is it enough? No, it isn't. Okay, it's simple, but you do need to have strategy on your portfolio. It's really, really, really need to have a strategy on your portfolio. Okay, so again, one kind of strategy again is the organization. You need to organize in a way that the client has a huge first impact. Oh my God, this is awesome. And then you need to control their expectations, and then they leave your website with a good impression. So a good first impression and also a good last impression is really, really, really important. Okay? Your portfolio needs to show to these clients what you do, how you do, and to whom you do. This must be like screaming on all your website. Okay? So you do need to have strategy on your portfolio. Mistake number 4. People don't realize that they are entrepreneurs. This is huge again. I am an artist. Okay, yes, you are an artist. But first, you are a professional. You are someone that is supplying a demand, as I said before. Okay? An art directors in general, and editors and everybody, our clients, they don't work only with illustrators. They also work with photographers, like letter artists, a lot of other people. So we need to position ourselves. We need to invest time or money in our business. We are a business. We are a company. So you need to see things like that. Your illustration, this is hard for a lot of people because I do know that sometimes art and illustration or creativity comes from inside, but we need to simplify things. Your illustration is only your product or only your service, okay? When you have a pipe that is leaking on your house, you call a plumber, right? Is this the right word? A plumber to fix it. When an art director needs drawings for their book, they call illustrators. That's how it works, okay? So again, you do need to see yourself like that. You are an entrepreneur. You are the owner of a business. You are the CEO of your illustration business, okay? And this changes your mindset so much. I remember when I first got my tax number in Brazil, or CNPJ, that how we call that. I remember then that when I took the look at the form with the number, I remember thinking, yeah, now this is serious. This is not a hobby anymore. So it really changes, guys. Okay, really changes your mind when you start seeing yourself as a business owner. Okay, and this gives you confidence to create your new projects. You're going to see your drawings on a different way when you realize that you are not an artist only. You are a professional. You are a business owner. Okay? Now, mistake number 4, reaching clients that are better than them. Better than them. Is this right? What do you mean by that? Victor, what do you mean a client is better than me, than myself? What I mean is, sometimes, guys, your work is not ready yet for that client that you want to work with, okay? There are clients that you can work with in all your illustration journey. As I said before, improving your technique is important, yes it is, but the mistake is thinking that only improving your art is enough, okay? So imagine that you want to work with, like you want to make drawings for Rockstar, for GTA or Red Dead Redemption. But imagine that you're not qualified for that yet. Imagine that your skills are like 5% only that Rockstars require for your illustration. And this is just an example, okay? If you knock on their door, if you send their portfolio, they're not going to be hiring you. And then if you don't realize that, you're going to think that you suck, that the illustration is not for you, that you don't have enough talent. Then you're going to quit. I've seen this happening a lot, okay? Everybody can work with a rock star. Everybody can work with all the clients that they want. But sometimes, not sometimes, every time, okay? You need to focus on clients that you are capable of delivering the kind of work that they want, okay? There is today one client that do need the kind of work that you do today. This is really, really, really important. Really important, okay? But again, you need to focus on this. If your client doesn't want to work with you, it doesn't mean that your art sucks. Sometimes it's just because they don't have anything to give to you now. And sometimes your quality is not enough for them yet. But sometimes it's going to be like you're going to be ready like in 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 4 years. I don't know, depending on how fast you can improve your skills, okay? But again, you need to go after clients that you really can supply for them. Sometimes, for instance, if you want to work with Coca-Cola, for instance, and your work is not there yet, you can try to work with a coffee shop on your town, on a bakery in your town. And then you do the best work for this kind of client. And then they're going to give you great reviews. You're going to put on this project on your portfolio, and then brick by brick, step by step, you're going to be growing, and then you're going to be calling attention of bigger clients, and then you do the same, and then you call attention of bigger clients, and then you do the same, and then you call attention of even bigger clients, and then you keep doing this all the time without stopping. Okay? So you do need to understand the kind of work that you do today and go after clients that want the kind of work that you do today. This is something that I teach really hard at Portif Express. It's really clear in there. Okay, it's a really long subject. And then mistake number, I think I've missed the counting here. Okay, mistake number 6. You don't have a business focus. I said this, it's similar to the not considering you as a entrepreneur, okay? Sometimes, guys, you need to I'm not sure if there's everybody watching me here. Okay, there's someone watching. Hi, whoever it is there. Let me just see here. I've missed the editor is going to take this part off here. Just a second. Oh, okay. Now I remember. What happened here is that I have my note here. I didn't understand what I was saying here. Okay, so you don't have a focus on certain part of your business. You can make money with illustration in so many ways. And then sometimes what happens is you see a lot of artists on social media, on Instagram or on TikTok, and what people does like, last month I've earned like 100K selling stickers. I made $1 million last year selling commissions, and I've made 5K US dollars selling illustration for book for independent authors and things like that. And then people try to, so I'm going to create a sticker shop. So I'm going to prospect independent authors. So I'm going to try to be an influencer. A lot of times, a lot of different stuff. And what happens when you do that, your efforts are going to be scattered, and what is going to happen is you're not going to put enough effort on all these parts. So I've been, besides illustration, guys, I've been like an entrepreneur on different businesses. And what I do and really believe is, for a business to be successful, you need to be consistently putting effort on it. Okay? For months, for years. And if you try just a little bit of as an art shop, and then illustration, and then a portfolio, and you keep changing from one to another, you're not going to get a result from any of them. Okay? Sometimes it's easy for us to think, I'm going to try everything. One of these are going to bring me money. And usually that's not what happens, okay? Really, a lot of times. You do need to concentrate your efforts on 2 or 3 maximum parts of our business. You really can have an art shop, sell products with your art, but then you can align the strategy so your products helps to sell your illustration portfolio. And the opposite is true also, okay? So you need to focus. You need to choose 2 or 3 areas to focus to put your efforts, and then expect to get results from that. And then the mistake number 7, they complain too much about everything. I've never seen such a market, such industry that people like to complain a lot. People complain about their materials. People complain about their fellow illustrators. People like to complain about the clients, about Adobe, about AI, everything all the time. Again, guys, we don't have infinite energy. When you woke up, imagine that you are playing. If you are old, as I am, you can probably Mega Man. Rockman, I think, depending on the country. Mega Man, the blue guy that was... Anyway, video games. When you play a video game, your character, they have like an energy bar. And as you're going to lose lives, you're going to be losing those coins, like energy coins, and then until you die, okay? So every time you wake up, you have like when you wake up, you have like 10 energy coins. And when you make your coffee, then you go to work, then you have lunch, then you argue with someone, and then you watch a movie. All of these activities are going to be consuming your energies, okay? But what people don't know is that complaining also is going to spend your energy. So I see artists complaining so much, putting a lot of effort on complaining, that sometimes they don't have the energy to put on their art, okay? And I really believe, I didn't talk too much about this when I was creating my content in Portuguese in Brazil, but I do believe that we really can create our realities, we can create our lives, and our thoughts are able to create what happens on our life. I really believe in that, okay? So if you think that all clients suck, that it's really hard to work with illustration, what is that you are going to be attracting? Difficult clients and struggle and difficulties, okay? So our thoughts have a really big responsibility on the kind of work and kind of things that is going to happen on our career, okay? So when you think about complaining about something, try to see the good side of it, about it, okay? When AI came, again, guys, I'm not in favor. Is it the right word? I'm not in favor of AI. I do know about ethics and problems and stealing our work and everything, okay? But again, trying to see the good stuff about it. I chose to, instead of complain about AI, I chose to see the good part of it. What is, well, Victor, I can't see a good thing about AI. I can, okay, because my work, my illustrations, I really take a lot of time. Like my illustrations took like 60 hours, 70 hours. And there's a big part of my illustration, and probably yours too, that's really operational. There's a part that is creativity, pure creativity, but there is a part that really is operational. And then AI can help on this, okay? Again, I'm not in favor, I'm not defending AI, okay? But again, seeing the good part of everything. And then I say, oh my God, this is going to be helpful. So instead of spending 70 hours on one illustration, I can spend like 20 hours. It's going to be a really big difference for me. Okay, so again, seeing the good part of everything. Even when you are on a worst scenario, you can see a good part of it. And today, guys, when we can talk about the spirituality, today I see that even a really bad scenario is a message from God, is a direction being given to you. Okay, sometimes you try so much to go on a path, it doesn't happen is because sometimes you're not supposed to be following that path. Sometimes just a little adjustment for you to follow another direction or a similar direction, but sometimes just this way. Okay. Again, I didn't used to talk about spirituality and God and the relationship that I have with spirituality and my work in Brazil, because I think it's in Brazil. I don't know how it is internationally, but in Brazil there is a lot of prejudice against artists and God. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. But again, in here I'm going to be different. I'm going to be being authentic and real to myself, and I'm going to be talking about this, okay? Because the spirituality and believing that we can create our reality is something that I really believe. Okay, so I'm bringing this the kind of topic. If you want to discuss more, we can talk more about it. Okay, so this leads to the another mistake is people want help, but they don't want to help others. Remember when I said that some successful illustrators, they really struggled to be where they are today. It was so difficult for them that they can't believe in abundance. They can't believe that it can be possible for everybody. So they are afraid to share their knowledge. They are afraid to share an art director contact, for example. Guys, in the past, a lot of times I have given art directors contacts to other illustrators. Victor, do you know someone on certain publisher? Yes, I do. Here's their email. You can say that I have given to you the email, okay? Because again, I'm not afraid of losing jobs, guys. I like to think with abundance that there really are opportunities to everybody, and it has been working for me a lot, really a lot. Okay, so if you want the community to help you, you really can help the community. That's why creating content is so nice, because again, then you can be helping others and getting it back. Life gives you back. Okay, so the mistake number 9 is mindset. Again, I didn't used to talk about it, but it's something that I believe so much. We create our reality. I thought I talked about it on the mistakes number 7, but again, just to reinforce it, your mindset is really responsible for a big part of your success. Really. Okay, I have so many examples that I can share. I think I'm going to create another live to talk specifically about it. But today, having the wrong mindset, thinking that everything is hard and nobody is trustable, and people who create content only wants to sell you their products, that's what you're going to be attracting. Okay, so we do need to create more, think with more positivity. We do need to believe that things can happen to us. We do need to believe that the illustration market is abundant. There is opportunity for everybody, and there really is, really is. Sometimes in your country, the market that you're trying to reach is small. For instance, children's book in Brazil is huge, but children's book market is really small because people don't read too much in there. So it's really small. But when you think worldwide, entire world, you know that there is a lot of opportunities. And today, the internet makes it possible for us to reach clients all around the globe. Okay? Remember Jair that I said on the episode number 1? He lives in Mexico and closed the deal with a client with a 7K, or a project of 7K US dollars. So there is abundance. Okay? So again, mistake number 10. I said this too, but again, understand you need to understand your skill level today and the kind of clients that you can attract right now. Okay, some people do quit illustration thinking that illustration not for them. They tried so hard, but they were trying on the different kind of client. Okay, guys, and as I said, this is something that I teach at Portif Express. That is my online course that I teach all the strategies for you to get constant workflow for illustration. Okay, guys, and if you're interested to learn more, to know Portif Express, there's the link here in the bio and the description or here on YouTube. If you're listening to the record on Spotify, there's also the link on Spotify for you to know Portif Express. Okay, and if you sign up today for Portif Express, actually this week for Portif Express, you get a total value of $1,862 US dollars, $1,862 US dollars, paying only $197 US dollars. Okay, it's a really big deal. You're going to have all the strategies for you to create your portfolio from zero in only 8 weeks. In 2 months, you're going to be from a zero portfolio to a complete portfolio that is a client magnet. Okay, and if you already have a portfolio built, but you're struggling to land clients, Portif Express is going to help you to create all the strategies for you to land more clients with the kind of work that you do today. Okay, if you already have illustrations, you already have a portfolio, in 10 days your portfolio is going to be ready with Portif Express. Okay, so link here in the description and also on my bio on Instagram. And if you want to follow more, guys, if you want to know more about illustration and the other part of the illustration career, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also follow me on Instagram. I'm starting to create more content in there. It's Building Ilo. Also, the description is here on YouTube. Okay, guys. So don't forget to subscribe now, and I see you next week. I hope you like this conversation, this little chat here. Hope it helped to clarify some stuff for you. And every time, if you want to chat, if you want to talk more about it, please don't hesitate. It will be really glad for me to talk to you. Okay, see you guys next week.